Hello. Oh man, we're doing the book. We're on this page finally. I started this one last night off stream. I finally just finished all those last noodly little black areas. So this one's in the can. So there's that page. And now we're busting our butts on this one. Hello. Yesterday we did that crazy one chip challenge show. I think that was probably my most entertaining episode so far, or my most entertaining stream so far. So maybe consider checking that out. That was a lot of fun. I melted my face with a chip, and today I was gonna try simultaneously streaming to Facebook if I could. And I meant to set that up right before I started, and then I forgot. So if it's too time-consuming to try and get on here, I'll forego that today. Let's see. I meant to have that started before I got on here. It's like on your phone, you just tap it with your thumb and you're on. So I don't remember my password. Yeah. Okay, forget it. We're on YouTube today. That's all there is. Okay, that's fine. Here, let's get into the page. I'm breaking my camera's neck. Okay. Here we are. And yeah, it's gonna be a low-key one. I'm not even gonna send out any links. I'm just gonna start inking. So I need a bottle cap here. Let's get rid of this old one. Stuck to the paper. Okay, where did I just set that? I thought I just set a new one down. Maybe I didn't. Here's our ink. I'm already like, oh, it keeps happening to me where I close the bottle and it gets ink all over. It just sprays out ink. Okay, it's dangerous. Yeah, it's taking me a long time to get set up today for some reason. Because I'm a bad guy. Come on, suck a brush. Let's get some real ink on it. We need to put too fine a point on it. So to speak. Yeah, that's real fine. It's clunky. I mean, this whole sky is going to go to black, so I'm not too brokenhearted about clunky lines here, as long as the right side of the line is looking good. Let me see. Now it's getting clunky. I gotta fix this. Okay, I think I got it. They said he couldn't draw a book. They said he didn't have what it takes. And if he didn't fall down that flight of stairs and die, he just might have done it. Okay, what am I gonna ink each individual star right now? Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Dude. Okay. So, my name is Ryan O'Connor. This is my first graphic novel, Bonehead. I'm inking it every day here on YouTube. Bonehead is this little bucktooth skeleton character. He's this goof off slacker that works at a poison factory, and at the beginning of the book, he decided he's going to get his life together, and he's just gotten a promotion. He's going to ask his girlfriend to marry him, but then he finds out that the poison factory that he works at is shutting down, which throws a big wrench in his plans. So he steals this top secret project that they were working on, that he finds out about, so they can't shut down, and it gets him embroiled in this big interplanetary mess. So that's Bonehead's deal. It's a 235-page comic. I penciled the whole thing. I just have to ink it and make it into a book. So I figure the inking is probably going to take about 8 months or so. If I stay pretty regular at it, I should finish inking in April. And then come the next processes, which are like coloring. I'm wondering if I should get some help coloring it, or if I should just do the whole coloring process myself. That part makes me nervous. But we'll get there. So I'm kind of trying to dedicate this YouTube channel to problem solving when it comes to making this comic book. I mean, it's not like I've run into many problems yet at this early stage, but learning how to make our pages work, solving the inking end of these pages. Oh. I'm tired. I stayed up way too late last night. Like, incredibly late. It's just, I did, after the stream, I did, oh, here, I'll show you. I drew this guy that I posted to Twitter and Instagram. My link, the link to my Instagram and Twitter are in the description. I post new drawings to those just about every single day. I just do a new sketchbook drawing just about every day, and that's where those go. It's Wrangleshank, at Wrangleshank, just like this YouTube channel. Dang it. I think my finger messed that one up. Because I choke up pretty tight on the bristles, and half the time my finger is just resting right on them. Focus, camera. Ya fool? Camera fool? Huh? I don't know. I feel like I got nothing to talk about this morning. Um, I emptied my entire head yesterday. Let's see. See, I don't think these ones work because these pock marks all over all these craters all over the planet. They should follow the form, and I think it's kind of off there. Um, so between yesterday and today, that's the range of entertainment value that this program has. Yesterday, I was Mr. Chair Box. Today, ooh, I'm dead. So let's see. See if oh, I just don't know. So tomorrow I'm gonna be inking like a madman all day, I think. Almost certainly. Well, we'll see. It might be a long one tomorrow. It has the potential to be a very long one tomorrow. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to bite off too much more than I can chew by like saying I'm going to do multiple pages, but this one today, I'll finish that one tomorrow, and I intend to do this whole page where our two astronauts, Denton and Horace, um, they land on planet Wrangleshank, and they enter this little alien city. That's what I'm going to try and do tomorrow. I don't want to say I'm gonna do more than that because I should try and call my friend Kat tomorrow, who was on the show yesterday. Well, she was in the chat yesterday. I wonder, how does Bill Watterson do these craters? Let's take a look. Let's get my mangled Lazy Sunday book out. I know there's Spaceman's Biff right in the beginning. Okay, we got Calvin Holmes, the Lazy Sunday book. This is, I've had this since I was, look at that, there we are. I've had this since I was in 4th grade. I bought this at a book fair in 4th grade, which was like 1997, 97, 98. There, just a circle. I mean, it's painted in, so. Yeah, this is all watercolor. This little comic at the beginning was made just for this book, and it's all watercolor painted. It's beautiful. Bill Watterson. No one can touch him. He's the all-time favorite of everybody. I would think, as far as I can tell, he's king cartoonist. Let's see. Here's a Spaceman's Biff. No craters exactly. Let's see. Oh, see. Real cartoonists, they don't overthink this stuff. Me, I overthink it. I gotta think simpler. Okay, well. How about something like that? Let's see here. I don't know. I feel like I'm butchering it. Maybe. Probably. If I know me. I'll fix I'll fix it. Dang. You know who I think does some good craters somewhere? Let's take a look. I just remember the first Doug Tanaple book I really read. Well, the first one was really Rat Fist. I read that as a web comic. But then I bought Creature Tech. And look, yeah, Verge. We got some craters. See the shadows. They throw the planet in shadows. I don't know. There's a, he's good at rendering his stuff in 3D with shadows and doing like implied lines. He I think he used to do that a lot more. Like, look at this. See? But he used to go real heavy. Like if you ever see his gear book, is that, do I have that right here? He was big on implied lines early on. It was the 20th anniversary edition of Gear. So oh, in this one he redrew a bunch of stuff. Let's see. Look at that. Oh, do I have a black and white version? No, I don't. Let's see. Where do we see? Probably everywhere, but nothing's jumping out at me as a notable instance. But I know it's all over this book. Like, look, for instance, his eyeball, he didn't complete it, but because he did the bottom of it and did the edge here for this ear, we kind of get the implication of what's going on. And then the colorist fills in the rest. But even when it was black and white, like the top of his arm, it's determined by how about where he puts the shadows, and then he leaves that line empty. But this line goes up to here, and you kind of get the idea from the lines that are there. So it works in black and white, and it makes for great effect as well. Anyway, I'm trying to procrastinate here, it seems. I need a new sheet for testing my lines. This is like almost all painted black. So this planet, it there was this it was, how do I put it? It was about to dry up because of how close it is to its sun. It was about to dry up, and like all the life would be kind of destroyed. It wasn't like life, like this planet was populated, but life wasn't so sustainable with the proximity to the sun. And but then this thing fell out of the sky and kind of nourished the earth, or nourished the planet, that it kind of saved the people. But that very same thing, our scientist here, he's he's after it. And it's called Planet Montana. No relation. And I drew the alien character from this planet. I knew he lived before I wrote this story. I knew that alien. When I designed him, he wore a shirt that said Butte, just because I thought it was funny to have a character with the word Butte written across their chest, like Butte, Montana. Um, but it looks like butt because I'm so mature. And so when it came time for me to decide what planet he was from, naturally I decided he was from planet Montana. But I didn't really like have an idea of why he was wearing a Butte shirt or anything like that. And then I wasn't even planning on addressing it in the story, but then I did, and I was pretty happy with what I came up with. So I explain that at some point in the story. Oh, I don't know if I even said, yeah, because sometimes I overlook details of what I'm talking about. I don't catch myself, but I'm talking about my character Billy TV. He wears a shirt that says Butte. and he's a part-time antagonist in this book. There, we got some implied lines going there. Hmm. Let's take a look. I just want to get a look at how this looks on screen. I need a bigger desk. Do you see what I'm working with? It's like overlapping my laptop here. It hasn't been a problem yet, though. Okay. So I got all these cracks that I've drawn on here, but I'm not satisfied with the arrangement. So I think I'm gonna go super light on it and just leave some of them very lightly. Lightly in there. And I added a bit of detail to the one page where the meteor crashes into the planet. I added like some minor, like extra rubble and debris. I didn't want to like overdo it or anything, but I just thought something. I was just adding like some little nicks that I thought were helping it a little more. Yeah. But I don't know, guys. I'm faking it till I make it, hopefully. I'm more interested in these stars again. You know what this old bag of bones needs? Is a cup of tea, and I gotta go to the bathroom. Let's see. It's music, I think. No, not that. Oh. Let's see. I'm gonna put on. I think this guy. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go to the bathroom right quick and warm up my tea. I'll be back in just a moment or just a minute or so. I'm back, loves. Did you miss me? Let's see. You know, you get pages like this where it's like, I don't think I know how to do this right. But we'll survive. I survived a chip yesterday, so surely I can survive this page. This channel is all about bravery. Don't stop because you're afraid of being terrible. Just push through and don't be terrible. And if you must be terrible, you know, it's allowed. I didn't ask permission to make this book. I just went ahead and did it. So I answer to me. If I have to do a terrible page, my only thing as my own boss on it is, as long as I do my best on the terrible page, that's fine. If it's too terrible, I can redo it. I don't think it'll come to that. Stupid star. Okay. I'll fix that with the white. Later. You know, color and context, like this being in the midst of like 24 great pages. Yeah, because they're all going to be great. But I mean, I think the last 2 pages I did were pretty decent, and this one isn't. This one isn't terrible. We're making it work. I'm just kind of down on it. That's something you have to tell yourself too. Sometimes you're just going to be down on yourself more than you should. I mean, but be sober about doing a good job, like not giving yourself all the dang time, because we want to be professional. We want to do, we want to do good work. So I really try to look at this like as my own employer. Like, would this image be in a book on shelves in stores? If I was flipping through this book and I'd never seen these pictures before, if I had nothing to do with these pictures, would I really care about it? And I think some people, they don't have that kind of clarity or honesty with themselves that I feel like I can tap into. But some people are just really comfortable lying to themselves about stuff. And that's not helpful. So when you catch yourself doing that, you gotta like, you know, snap back to reality. Okay. Let's get these. That's the wrong angle. Light shines. Oh, let the light shine down in the halls of Shambhala. You know? So So just because you feel bad doing it doesn't mean it's bad, right? Like if I'm not confident in this planet, doesn't mean it's bad. Because I think that'll work. I'm gonna noodle more details into it, but if I look at it, that's not dreadful. It's not as dreadful as I felt I was doing, but at the same time, just because you feel great about it doesn't mean it's great. And you have to look at it objectively a little bit. And really, that's my thing. I'm just trying to look at it with somebody else's eyes, I think it's working. I think it's working. You know what might even help you do that? Asking people what they think of it. But, if I were to ask my mother or something like that, like, okay, what do I need to fix? She'd be like, oh, Ryan, that's beautiful. Don't touch a thing. I'd be like, shut up, Mom. And my mom's a painter. I mean, my mom paints beautiful landscapes of Irish shores and fields and stuff. She paints as a hobby, and she does beautiful paintings. But I don't know that she would ever criticize anything I ever drew in my life. No matter how much I begged. So you gotta go to the right people if you're gonna. You don't want people just blowing smoke up you either. I'm a little sad. I did all these meaty lines, and I think they're all gonna go to black. I like them, but I showed you one of my early versions of one of the pages where I'd done the first page, or I had started inking the first page a long time ago before I redrew it and properly inked it better. And I didn't. There were a couple spots where it's like I liked my line work and I wanted to preserve it or something, so I made up shapes in space, so I didn't have to ink up to the lines, and you could see my line work, even though it wasn't that good anyway. So it was double bad then because it had it had this dumb like section that I didn't ink around it. Like that was my solution to preserve the line shapes that I wanted you to see. Even though, you know, everything around it was supposed to go to black. Okay, so all these stars. This page, it's almost done. I mean, I could just dot all these stars in with the white pen. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's necessary that I do this, but I kind of like the arrangement that I did with the pencil, but you know, that's really not a big deal. I shouldn't be so precious. Oh, there's my friend Kat asking when I want to talk tomorrow. So let's see. Maybe I'll go on at 10 o'clock again tomorrow. I gotta think. Because I don't want to split my stream into two. Because then I can't keep a chat on the second one. Let me just ask when works for her. Not sure. Best for you. So that's Kat, my friend with the Etsy shop, where she does like laser cut jewelry and accessories, and she's got a bunch of Halloween themed stuff in her store right now. It's mycraftedstudio.com. And that'll take you to the Etsy site. And she makes all this stuff in her home, and I think, yeah, and yeah, she's a nut. Like, well, she lives out in Sacramento right now, and I haven't been to her Sacramento home, but I've gone to her house a couple times where she just kind of showed me how she does all her packaging and shipping and stuff like that, and I was just fascinated. And she does all these like cool personal little touches where she does like she 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 wraps it in like what do you call it? Is it crepe paper? I don't know. She like does like themed paper that she wraps it in, and she like throws in like extra goodies sometimes, and she 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 puts a lot of like beautiful personal touches in it as she goes, and I was really like impressed. I was like, yeah, that's what I got to do someday. Oof. So I have some mugs and some stickers, and I want to make more. My I just haven't. They're not available anywhere right now. But I want to make a shop someday. where I can sell this stuff out of my house, basically. And the thing is, I don't have a ton of inventory. I just got to figure out how to pull the trigger on it, and yeah, and get more inventory, more designs under my belt. I need more variety. So I think this is my problem with a lot of these pages so far taking so long. It's like I throw in all these stars when I should just paint it all black and then add all the stars. But like I say, I'm too precious about what I sketched onto the page. So I want to plan to talk to her around my stream tomorrow, but I don't. So I'll stream whenever I can around that. Like me talking to her. She's run that Etsy shop of hers for like, let's see, uh, since like 2007, maybe 2006, but I think it was like 2007, 2008. So that's what 2007 would be 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21. So what, 14 years? I thought it was longer than that. I thought it was longer than that. Maybe she had it in high school. I don't remember. I did a logo for her Etsy shop back in the day. It used to be a caricature of her that I drew, but she kind of rebranded a few years ago and started calling it my crafted studio. It used to be called something else. Um, Oh. Oh yeah, tea. I need tea. Okay. I'm gonna go pour that real quick. So quick, you'll never know I've left to pour. But now I'm actually still here. Tea. Let's rein this in a little bit. Okay. Dang. I just tighten the. I need to tighten up that tip. I usually I'll dip it in some ink and then just kind of twirl the brush on the page until I kind of get it where I need it. There we go. I mean, if I need it, fine. Right now, for a lot of this, I don't need it, fine. But if I'm doing around this with all the corners, yeah, I need it a little tighter. Because I need it to get in there, you know. I don't want a double line going into the star, you know. Let's slam down some blacks. Oh, totally open. Am I working? Maybe, okay, I think I got. Yeah, maybe I'll talk to her around noon, and then I'll start it a little later tomorrow. You know, a little after lunchtime, and then I'll go into the evening. So I'll just get like a bunch of errands taken care of in the morning, and then I'll draw all evening. I'll do like noodly work, make my sketchbook drawing, and I'll do some other stuff, like my thumbnail for these videos. Maybe I'll make a few of those, get some of those in ahead of the game. So right now I'm making them right before each video and get in when I say I'm getting in. I mean, I guess there's nothing private about the call. I could talk to her while I streamed, but I just feel like that wouldn't be very. I'd rather talk about what we talked about later. You know what I mean? I feel like it'd be a little tedious to listen to. Because we'll be talking about setting up a shop for me. So I'll definitely talk. I'll definitely talk about it on the stream tomorrow. After I kind of get some of my thoughts on the matter a little organized. But I mean, I've been talking about this for a long time, and my thoughts aren't organized yet. It's because I'm always at this table drawing something, and I don't always have time to figure out what to do with websites. Like, I don't like to spend so much time figuring out other moving parts. I mean, eventually I'm going to have to, but if I'm going to do all this stuff I want to do, but that's why I'm talking to Kat tomorrow. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, baby. Let's store this away. So, I'm gonna try and get some art business going in the next while. I don't know, year. I want to start selling maybe some prints, maybe some like art cards. That's something I'm always thinking about, like 3x5 art cards or something. I wish there were like 3x5 frames, and then I could just do them on those like these index cards here, and then frame them and send them out. I haven't found many. I don't think I've found any good 3x5 frames. That would come in real handy for me. And the other thing is the mugs. I mentioned that I made some mugs, but the problem is I'm trying to find like ways to make mugs cheaper. And I was toying around with the idea of getting like a sublimation mug maker, but there's so many moving parts on that like I think I would have to get a new printer for it. And I forget. I was looking into all kinds of different processes, but I should just dive into one of them. And I think I was coming up with some cheap idea for it because I don't want to charge. The thing is, I don't want to charge like upwards of $20 for a mug. That's preposterous. I mean, not a mug with my art stuck on it. I mean, I'm not Mike Mignola or something. They're not like high end, like they're not like custom sculpted mugs or anything. Of course, those wouldn't be $20, but I'm just saying, I feel like $20 would be steeper than I'd like. But I want to get art that I can, like stuff that I can ship myself. Why? I don't know. To get the to kind of dip my feet into shipping and stuff. I really want to get my feet wet on that. Eventually, I'll do a crowdfunding thing. if not for this book, like I've said before, I might try to pitch this to publishers so I don't have to crowdfund it. But eventually I'll do something crowdfunding, like an art book. That's the other project I want to make. I want to make an art book of all my like sketchbook drawings, and I'll throw some of these black and white pages in there. Hour and a half. Just wondering what I'm gonna tell. Oh, did she? She did respond to me. I didn't think she did. Okay. Let's see. I'm just checking a little bit of social media right now while I'm inking. Here we go. Okay, nothing exciting. I'm gonna have to pour some more ink in a moment here. Okay. So let's see. So we sent my parents to Mexico yesterday. They got there safely. They're on the beach. I don't know what they're doing. I haven't heard from them. So I take it they're enjoying themselves, not sitting on their phones in some resort right now. We got them tickets for my dad's 60th birthday. The old man is 60. So we kicked him out of the country. We've headed up to here with him. up to here, all the way up to the camera. Kids with guns. Kids with guns. I don't know. It's just floating around in my head right now, the gorillas. So, yeah, I'm going to have to get me some ink in a minute. Let's see. Ah! I thought I got it on my table, but I didn't. Sneaking a glance at my phone. I'm being all addicted to my phone right now. There's yeah. Just keep checking stuff here. Let me bring this in. Oops. Let's get that hooked there so it doesn't dangle in front of us. So, mom and dad are in Mexico, which leaves my youngest brother and sister home alone, fending for themselves. Well, I know my brother has his girlfriend always hanging out with him, and she'll set him straight. My youngest sister Tara, she has a boyfriend, but they're even younger, and I think they'll enable each other's mischief. Okay, so Liam I've talked about. He's my youngest brother. He did the voice for Bonehead in a cartoon I made in 2019 that I've got to put it on this channel. He has music under the name Liam, Leeuhn, on iTunes and Spotify. So that's that guy. And then my sister, my youngest sister, lately she's been getting into making stuff out of stained glass. She's been making she's been taking like broken pieces of stained glass and just making random stuff, like soldering them together. And she's a cutie. She's going to ECC. Nobody knows what that is. She's going to community college right now. And my brother, I believe, got a what did he get his degree in? Like broadcasting of some sort. He was working for some radio station. I think he still does. Yeah, he works for some radio station, but he also works with my with my with my pop painting houses. My dad has his own painting company. So he's given he's got a break right now out in Mexico. We decided he was working too hard, so we sent him to the beach. No, my mom's retired right now. And my dad is not, and but they're the two hardest working people I've ever met in my life. I mean, everybody's mom and dad are the hardest working people they've ever met in their life, but mine are actually the hardest working people I've ever met in my life, and also they did it with 7 kids somehow, because they're psychopaths. And my dad, he took us to all our ball games and karate lessons, and my mom didn't drive until she was 40. Actually, me and my mom got our licenses, our driver's licenses, the same year. I was no, it wasn't exactly that. I know I was 20, and she was about 40. She's not exactly 20 years older than me though. So, well, maybe it wasn't the same year, but at about the same time, more or less. I think my mom was 24 when she had me. But yeah, she got her license when she was 40. I got mine when I was 20. But yeah, my dad was the one that ran everybody everywhere after work. He would. This was before he had his own business, but he would go out at the crack of dawn, paint houses all day, come home, take mom to work, take us all to Little League, and her, whatever else it might be, cheerleading or karate. He was like the family bus. And we all, like, all my life, we always gave my dad hell for being such a maniac driver, because he drives like a son of a bitch. But I mean, he does it competently. Like, you'll never see him get into a wreck, not in a million years. But he drives fast, and he gets impatient and stuff. But he's a good driver. And but the thing is, like, we'd always give him hell for driving so fast. But, like, can you blame him? Like, he always had to be a million places all day long. He's in traffic all day long. When he's not painting houses, he's in traffic. That was his life for like 18 years at least. No, my dad is a great man, good guy. takes care of business. Always took care of his family. And he's one of those guys that like everybody who talks to him loves him. He's a very charismatic fellow. It's like whenever we would go to like, I don't know, whenever we'd go to somebody's house, it would like take forever to leave because he'd always be wrapped up in some conversation with somebody. And you couldn't get him to just, okay, pinch it off, let's say goodbye. Yeah, we love Dad. We love Mom too. Mom's wonderful. Oops. Here, we'll put that star right there. My mom, was, always, when she wasn't at work, she was cooking, cleaning, toting a baby. I mean, she was pregnant most of my childhood, or had just had a baby. There's about 2 years between me and each of my siblings, roughly. Like I say, I'm the oldest of 7. So, I mean, she's a super mom. And now, like all her grandkids, she's got 6 grandkids now, and she's still like always looking after children. So, and she's a nut. She never really did much with her art, but she's a total artist. If I have any artistic ability, I get it from my mom. Like I say, she's always drawn my life, but I want to say maybe 15 years ago, maybe more. Let's see. When I was a teenager, probably, she started teaching herself how to paint, to oil paint. And she learned from like Bob Ross books. She started getting like a series of Bob Ross books sent to our house. And she started watching like Bob Ross's show, whatever it was called, The Joy of Painting, I think. And I don't know what it was called, maybe. And yeah, she taught herself to oil paint, or rather, Bob Ross did, posthumously. And yeah, we took a painting class together that she ultimately abandoned. We stopped going to it because she didn't like the teacher. She didn't feel like she was learning anything from it. My mom's kind of a nut. She like she's a she doesn't like doctors. She does all this research. I think this is a common thing with women who, as far as I can tell, so this is kind of a theory I've come up with recently, that women, there's a lot of women, there's a group there's a subset of women who came from other countries to America that don't like doctors, and they therefore research everything and kind of diagnose themselves all the time and like adjust their diets and uh, stuff like that to their research. I don't know. I don't know how accurate and effective that is, but that's the kind of stuff my mom does all the time. And then she's, I don't know, she's, what else was I going to say about her? I don't know. She's crazy. She's off the boat from Ireland. She was born in Chicago and she came back. I mean, she lived her whole life in Ireland. And then she came back to see where she was born after high school. And that's where she met my dad. And then they made me up. What time is it? Almost 1 o'clock. Kids with guns. Kids with guns. Sorry. Get in on this panel. Oh yeah, my mom. So my mom, after was it after before I moved out? No, it was before I moved out. But they she decided she wanted to get a pool for her backyard, and so she got this huge pool in their backyard, like way bigger than any of us were expecting her to get. And then she kind of like, well, she kind of took it upon herself to like be the one that maintains it and everything. So she just kind of runs and maintains that pool. She does all this yard work all the time. She's like a go get 'em project machine, home project queen. She's like go go go. She's a psycho. So I'm starting to adopt that a little bit with this kind of stuff. Both my parents, they're hustlers. And I always felt guilty in life. Like I was like, I mean, not about them, but it was just like I always wanted to do these projects. And I never felt like I would never follow through on them, and I would never like I couldn't build this work ethic in me. And I never thought it would happen, but I have it now. I feel weird if I don't do this stuff. If I'm not at my art table drawing for a day. Like that day, I went to my sister's pool party, and I had like too much going on. I couldn't draw that day. Like every square inch of my day was filled, and yeah, it was just weird. Didn't feel right. It's like all the stuff that I usually do every day wasn't there that day. Oh, I think I meant to leave that actually. It's okay. And there's all this. My hand is in ink, so I gotta be careful. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go on tomorrow afternoon. I'll do some other stuff earlier in the day, and then I'll just do all my inking afternoon, like after lunchtime. So like maybe 1:30, 2 o'clock is what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. It's kind of late, but it's not. It's not terrible. It's not too early either. I wonder if artists do anything to keep the ink from. Like, I wonder what people do to keep ink from drying as they go. Like, because I feel like it's usually around 2 hours. Stuff starts getting real gummy on me. There's nothing I'm aware of, but I'll bet there's something out there I can do. Because I've watched Artist Inc. for many, many hours in a row. And there's nothing I've seen people do to address that. But there's got to be something that people can do. I'll have to investigate. Whoa. It's like, what do you talk about when your whole life is just streaming now? And I've talked about everything I've done outside streaming. So yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll do I'll try and do the Facebook thing. I'll have to take some time and log into Facebook. I meant to do it today, but it was like taking me too long to get started, and then I just like I forgot about the Facebook thing before I just went into it because I was just trying to get on at that point, and I forgot about the Facebook part. So I was gonna try. I suspect I can't even do it. Like you stream to both places at once. I think it won't let me. Like one of them will tell me that my camera's in use, you know. But I want to try it. If I can, I'll do more like simultaneous broadcasts. And one way or another, I'll get a rig for my phone or something soon, and I'll start doing some little streams to Instagram from my phone and direct people here because I want my Instagram. I haven't really advertised this YouTube channel to my Instagram followers, and those are the guys who should be watching this. You know, that's where the art community is. So I'm just trying to figure out how I can build this channel a little bit. Now we're just fine tuning. After I get all these extra white spaces filled, I'll go back in and I'll throw a million more stars in here. I'll clean up some of these existing stars. But this page is nearly done. Oh, how did I miss this? It's like my eye always misses so much. In fact, I know I've said a lot in my life, I'm the least observant artist I've ever met. Okay. Oops, I'm way off. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay. I think that's about it. Okay, so I'm going in with our Jelly Roll white pen. We're just gonna blow all these stars in. It's 1 o'clock right now. We've been going for just over 2 hours. Buckle up, sucker. We're going to Montana. I think I'm about ready to say this one's done. One more of those in here somewhere. All right, I think that one's done. I'll do the next one tomorrow. I think I'm gonna wrap up this stream. So yeah, because I'm gonna go grab some lunch, I think. All right, so I'll go on around. I think the plan is gonna be 2 o'clock tomorrow. I'll shoot for. That's when I'll go on, and that'll be a good show. I'll try and dual stream to Facebook. We'll see if that's a possibility without pulling any special effect maneuvering. I'll see if I can pull that off. And yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow, 2 o'clock. You come here. That's Wednesday, the 1st, September 1st. I'll be here at 2 o'clock on the dot. I'm arbitrarily promising. Okay. That said, thank you for watching these videos. I love you. Come back for more.